and thought, how could you prove that just happened and you weren't the one being dumb if you didn't have a dashcam? The answer is you probably couldn't. But there are a lot of Terabad dashcams out there, and it's hard to tell the good ones from the bad. So I took it upon myself to create this video showing off 6 of the most popular models out there, because I know you guys love my videos so much. There are 2 main kinds of setups, single camera and dual camera. Single camera is pretty self-explanatory. Most people mount it facing forward. But the second camera in a dual system can be deployed in a couple of different ways depending on your needs. A cabbie, for example, might be less concerned about capturing a rear-ender versus a destructive passenger in the back seat. We'll start with the cheapest of our single camera contenders. The G1W comes in at around $50 depending on which company rebadged it. It has a surprisingly good picture, and that's pretty much all it has going for it. Like any generic Chinese electronics product, the menu system is kinda bad. So the translation isn't great, the menu's navigation is bad, and you just have to hope that the settings stick, and that they do what they say they do. Though in fairness, there aren't that many things you can change anyway. It's ugly and kinda sticks out, so if you live in the kind of neighborhood where someone might walk by and go, "Hey, that looks like something I should steal," you might not have it for very long if you leave it mounted all the time. But as long as you use the suction cup instead of the janky quick release to take it down, it's 140-degree horizontal FOV and decent night quality, make it a good buy. Personally though, I'd spend another $15 on the Skyview A118. Its footage looks as good as the G1W's, but it's got a wider field of view, a better quick release system, though it would benefit from an upgrade to the adhesive, and it's much more compact and stealthy, so you probably won't have to take it down anyway. These little upgrades might not seem like much, but they feel like the difference between a real dashcam and a webcam that you stick onto your windshield. Which might seem confusing when you see my pick for our premium single cam, the Xiaomi Yi Dashcam. My theory as to why it looks so much like an action cam is that they basically recycled the Yi Action Cam when they realized people were already using it as a dashcam. The good news is that thanks to this heritage, the picture from the Yi Dashcam is great. It's sharp enough to read license plates during the day, and at night things are pretty clear as long as there's some street lighting. It's got the highest resolution of anything we tested at 1296p, and there's more good stuff too. The user interface for setting everything up is also the best of the dashcam so far. It's clean, it's attractive, and it's responsive. You can even do this via Wi-Fi on your phone, and that is similarly responsive and quick to connect. Unfortunately, the form factor makes it incredibly easy to spot from the outside, and the premium look, as much as I might like it, makes it an even more attractive target for would-be thieves. Thankfully, it does have a good quick release system, but at this price point, I think Xiaomi should have considered this and designed a more subtle housing. Form factor criticism aside though, the Yi Dashcam is a great package that feels like a piece of modern consumer electronics, while everything else feels like it was designed by an accountant in 2010. The dual channel systems could learn a thing or two from Xiaomi. In spite of their much higher prices, all suffered from lesser image quality overall and clunkier Wi-Fi connectivity, which is an even bigger problem since none of them have screens or menus built in. So then why would you buy a dual channel system instead of a couple of Yis? Well, it's easier to set up one camera than 2 separately. They can record to a single SD card, you can adjust the G-sensor sensitivities for different directions of movement while driving, and there's parking mode, which allows the cameras to record vandalism or hit and runs. First up is the Blackboxmycar Camsys. Its image quality is unexceptional and its form factor might not be super stylish, but it's subtle enough to blend in. The main benefit though is its parking mode. The app may not be pretty, but it allows a number of key variables to be tweaked, like tuning the motion detection in certain parts of the frame or turning one of the cameras off altogether. All of these things are important because for parking mode to work, it needs to be wired into your car battery, and the more they're recording, the faster that will drain. Fortunately, Blackboxmycar includes a low voltage cutoff that will prevent your battery from dying outright, making this kit popular among tinkerers and people who park on the street often. The same can't be said of the Blackview DR650 GW2 channel. It does have a basic parking mode with tunable motion settings and shock sensitivities as you'd expect, but you'll need an add-on kit from the manufacturer to protect your battery. So why would you choose this one? Well, it looks really cool. I mean, physically, not the image quality, which I would describe as good enough in spite of the 720p rear cam. I mean, if you think about it, if you get rear-ended, they're gonna get pretty close to your camera anyway, right? Overall, there's not much to set the Blackview apart from the pack. Their cloud backup solution won't really make much sense until mobile data is a lot cheaper. Which brings us to the ThinkWare F770. It's not cheaper, but I like this one the most. It doesn't have as many settings as the Blacksys you can fiddle with for parking mode, and it's not as cool looking and compact as the Blackview. But the image quality at night is the best of the dual channel systems, with 1080p recording on both front and rear cams. You get voltage cutoff built in, like the Blacksys, and though the parking mode configuration options aren't as detailed, I think they struck the best balance between tunability and simplicity. It has the biggest footprint on your windshield, but by staying more flush to the windshield, it ended up being more discreet. The ThinkWare also features recording to built-in flash memory for emergencies in case your SD card fails somehow. And the feature I like the most, it warns you of red light cameras. Not that I run red lights all that often. This is done with a built-in GPS, and the locations can be updated by downloading them from their site. So, conclusion time. Some of the dashcams feature additional driver safety systems like lane departure and collision warning, but they're all inaccurate, inconsistent, and in the case of the Yi dashcam, really annoying.
Keep a safe distance, please.
None of them are anywhere near as accurate as my car's built-in systems, and frankly, I wouldn't recommend buying them for these features. For a basic single cam, the G1W is fine if you're looking to spend as little as possible, but the A118 gets my pick due to the form factor. As for the dual cams, the image quality on the F770 ThinkWare and its red light warning help justify its price, but at the end of the day, the Blacksys CamSys offers the best functionality at the lowest price. TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse privately and enjoy a more open internet. With TunnelBear turned on, your Wi-Fi connection is secured and your online activity is kept private from your internet provider, advertisers, hackers, and anyone looking to track you or profit from your data. TunnelBear has a top-rated privacy policy and does not log your activity. Try it free with 500 megabytes and no credit card required. And if you choose to get a year of unlimited data, you can save 10% by going to tunnelbear.com/LTT. Thanks for watching, guys. If this video sucked, you know what to do. I know you do. But if it was awesome, get subscribed, hit that like button, or even consider buying one of these dashcams with our affiliate code at Amazon. Or buy a cool t-shirt, not like this, but